know, and if they didn't have grounds for it, you can also take it to the federal court. But like what you have to do though first is you have to exhaust all your options at the state level. So once you exhaust all your options at the state level, then you can go to federal court. So
Yeah, and I'm gonna, at this point, I don't even trust the lawyers. They don't do what you tell them to do,
yeah,
and then they lose, and you're like, oh, I have to pay my lawyer still contingent on my home sale. He gets paid 25,000.
yeah, that's why they say
So
sometimes.
everybody is making money off of my blood, sweat, and tears, my house.
Yeah, that's what they always say. It's a money grab. It's a money grab. Like,
Completely. And my son, I've got standard possession. I see him Thursday for 2 hours and every other weekend. I'm
yeah,
supervised now. I was cleared of, suicidality
yeah.
in September, but X only lifted the supervision on November 1st, which is my birthday, because it's not controlling, right?
Yeah, they're all controlling. You try to just, get along, but there's always going to be the opposing counsel is always trying to be very undermining. You're trying to get along, you're trying to go through the court motions, and you end up getting screwed in the end,
He got my 2 older daughters to testify against me. On Friday, when the trial was on Monday, they were not on any witness lists. And one of them doesn't even live in the state.
Well, they can't technically do that because you're supposed to know everything that's on the docket. Like if it's witnesses there, you're supposed to know that there is stuff there on the docket, like a
And
witness.
I was asking my daughters for 2 weeks because I had reconnected with them. I'm like, girls, any surprises? Anything I should know about? No, 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 no. Opposing counsel reached out to them on Thursday, asked them to testify on Friday, and the trial was on Monday.
Yeah, it definitely just cite all those grounds when you submit your appeal.
Oh my gosh, I've got like, it's
you-
shocking. I've just gotten out of shock, literally. I've been walking in circles for 4 days, just thinking, what the hell just happened?
Yeah, I know. I just had a shock today too. I don't know like where my case stands right now. I'm back to ground zero, and there's
God.
new custody. The divorce resolution has been off the table now. The judge said, just petition the court when you're ready to settle. I'm back in custody court. It's like a complete nightmare. I don't
You
know.
were seeing your son for a minute.
Well, I have him now. He was delivered to my house on October 24th of last year. So I have him now, and I went ahead and let go of my lawyer. So now I'm fully pro se again. And I just filed for a modification, and it's just like I spent $40,000 on attorneys for the
Oh my
last 2
gosh,
years.
my psych assessment was $18,000.
Yeah.
And I've already spent 50,000 on my lawyers and have to pay 40,000 to his lawyers.
Yeah, and then all my stuff is locked up in the courts, so I can't even like file bankruptcy if I wanted to. I can't even do anything because everything is still locked up in the courts. Like
I'm on unemployment because I was fired from my job September 24th of 2024.
Yeah, it's a lot of stress. It's crazy how much stress it is.
While they completely destabilize me. Like, is it a sick job?
Yep, the courts will do that to you. It's a lot, and it weighs on you very heavily and very psychologically and emotionally and everything like that. Like take days off, so it kind of helps, with the whole situation. And so I have a lot more flexibility, but I can't go out and get another job because if I go out and get another job, how am I going to like if I need a day off, or I have to go all these court hearings, all these mediation appointments, all this stuff.
It's a fire. You put out a fire.
They're already out of the fight. They're not like really like they're in it a little bit, but they're already on the tail end of everything. So they still are dealing with stuff too,
Yeah, my life just came crashing down in a big way.
Yeah.
And I have a great house, and I just lost it.
I know exactly what you're talking about because it's like the stuff that I'm going through. I'm a truck driver, and I'm trying to do all this stuff while I'm driving down the road, and on the day or two off that I have of the week. And like you said, you're just stumbling around, like trying to figure out what the hell happened. That's kind of the way I'm at today too. I think you said you're the same way tonight because what happened to you today. But
it's a trauma. You're currently
it is serious trauma.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I've survived many other traumas that are very bad, and this is the worst thing that's ever happened to me.
Yeah, and a lot of times, like they say, they're re-traumatizing the victims, and a lot of times we end up being the victims of the courts with the silver bullet, you know what I mean? And it's just
Forever.
in your
Like, that's
lap.
what things will come for the rest of
Yeah.
our lives.
Yeah. And it's like all of a sudden, it's like, I didn't cause this. I didn't accuse somebody of false accusations
Yeah.
or do
I
anything
filed
like
for
that.
divorce just because I couldn't stand this after 30 years. And I've brought up two daughters who are 25 and 22 practically by myself. And they both just testified that their father was the primary parent when he's been touring with a rock band and was barely there their entire life.
Yeah.
And I've been supporting the family. I've been the primary earner for 20 years. If not for me, we wouldn't own this house. But that's in my name and was gifted by my family.
Yeah, and that's the thing is like, you know, I got that done to me too. Like I was the primary caregiver and I got thrown out of the whole picture, you know, and now I'm here and I'm like trying to fight for it. And I've been called every name in the book.
And they accuse you of like being difficult when you won't settle for their ridiculous terms.
Yeah, of course, they're always going to do that, you know, and even my first ex was like that too, you know. When my daughter was like 16, she decided she wanted to go live with her dad, but she didn't realize that it was going to tag along her younger brother, you know, so they make these decisions and it's like, okay, you have your younger brother that's there too, you know, that's also going to be wrapped up in that, you know, and there was actually another case too that I was involved in where I had tacked on all of my daughter's documentation to try to get full custody of my stepdaughter. So I've never seen that done before, but they in order and all the other stuff. And it was 5 years in. It was 5 years into they had already been divorced, going through the divorce process. And it's like, what the hell? 5 years in? That was all false, you know, but still.
It's the silver bullet. You know, I'm actually a mental health advocate because my own father did take his own life 6 weeks before this wedding, 30 years ago. And they're using that against me because it's, you know, apparently hereditary.
Oh yeah, they'll try to tack on anything and everything. That's why you have to be very careful. Like, you know.
And he was a doctor, a cardiologist, and you know, mental health is not something to be tossed around.
Yeah.
As a weapon.
No, it's not.
So it's just there's so many prongs to this ridiculousness, and you know, I'm going to file a civil case.
Yeah, you should file a civil case. The other thing too. The other thing too is you have to be careful what you put in there about your child. You know, like a lot of people don't realize like all the documentation